Warning, the stories you're about to hear are detailed accounts of shenanigans, pranks, and some mistakes that are meant to replicate the sort of discussions that veterans have when they reunite over a cold beverage and do not depict the professional daily actions of the military at large. We hope to make you laugh, but not to disrespect our proud men and women in uniform. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to Cammo Comedy, where we take a humorous look at the lighter side of military service. We got a big show for you today, but before we jump into it, if you like what we're doing here, give us a subscribe, give us a follow, whatever they call it on your podcasting platform. And while you're at it, give us a 5-star rating, write us a review, as that makes us more relevant in the algorithm and boosts the overall visibility of the show. But word-of-mouth advertising is just so powerful, so if you tell some friends, I will love you forever. Okay, let's jump into the show. I am your host, Aaron Wolf. Just as a friendly reminder to the audience, we put out a new show every single Monday, so make sure you give that notification bell a nice tap. Give it a nice tap so you don't miss a show. Also, we are doing laughter therapy here on this show. We got a lot of military members who struggle with everyday life after service, and we're just here to share a laugh and remember the good times. Joining me today is the man who taught me that poutine is not a Russian fetish about Vladimir Putin. Special guest, Murph. Murph, thanks for being on the show today, man.
Well, thanks. It's great to be here, and I must say that I've never been an international expert, so I'm glad you cleared that up for me.
Yeah. What is poutine?
I think it's like French fries and gravy, something like that. I think it's a Canadian thing.
Footloose is a poutine.
My fries smothered in gravy.
Well said. Also joining us today is the man who taught me to stop kissing the tips of hot dogs before I eat them. Call sign Footloose. Footloose, thanks for being on the show today, man. I guess it's considered to be rude. Something like that.
The visual of that is incredible.
You motherfuckers have no fun.
Of all the people to tell you not to do that, it was the poutine.
That doesn't sound like something I'd tell you to stop. You just cup the bun a little.
You're also supposed to chew them, too.
I mean, you just need to be fed. It doesn't matter how it gets inside of your body.
He just pushes it straight out of the bun and into his throat.
Throws the bun away. I don't need this.
Also joining us today is the man who taught me that the glory hole is not for pooping. Call sign Cheeks. Cheeks, thanks for being on the show today, man.
Thanks for having me.
I'm still not completely clear on how to use it, but at least I know what it's not for.
Well, I'll show you the glory hole that I go to, and if you stick your ass up to it, I'll spread some cheeks and not hate.
Seems like it depends which club you're at.
Yeah. If you're at the poutine club.
The poop-teen club.
Oh, gross.
That is gross.
All right, I got our first story, guys.
All right, what you got, man?
I have another Swede story.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
What's up,
there it
Swede?
is. I knew Footloose would be on board.
I'm so excited.
So, as we know, Swede is the guy who basically told a general to go fuck himself, right?
It's a good thing to be known for, I guess.
Like you do.
Yes. Well, this is like...
Notice how he's not in the Army anymore.
So this is like mid-2000s when this takes place, okay?
All right.
And Swede and them are getting ready for deployment and whatnot, and they get a new captain. We're going to call him Captain Cupid.
Okay.
And Swede describes him like looking like Tom Selleck.
Okay.
So like a man's man badass, right?
Magnum P.I.
So
Short shorts, big mustache.
Hawaiian shirts and stuff.
Swede's out there working for one day, and Captain Cupid shows up, and they're like, hey, we got to introduce Captain Cupid to everybody who's here. So Captain Cupid gets introduced to Swede, okay?
This is going to be a problem.
It's absolutely going to be a problem.
That was their first mistake.
So the captain comes up, sticks his hand out to shake his hand like any man would do, and Swede throws his arms out for a giant hug.
And this is the first time he's meeting his captain.
The first fucking time. This is Specialist Swede. Okay, so
Yikes.
E4 Swede meeting 03 Captain Cupid sticks his arms out and doesn't just stick his arms out, but like goes in for the biggest hug of all hugs.
Oh my God.
So immediately identifies himself to the captain as this is that guy in my platoon.
Yes.
Fully erect.
So the captain's like, yo, what the fuck? And like kind of sticks his hand out and like stiff arms him, right? And tenses up. He's like, get the fuck off me right now. So
Smart move.
Captain immediately turns around, goes into his office and shuts the door and calls all of Swede's buddies. What the fuck was that? Okay. Is this guy a poutine? Like, what is this? So
What's wrong with this guy?
the captain's like, no one should ever hug another man like that. That is not acceptable. Fast forward another week or so.
I like hugging. Hugging is my favorite.
It is. Hugging's great. So fast forward a week or so, these guys are going to be taking their Bradleys out. And it's like a Bradley's like a armored personnel carrier. It looks like a tank, okay? It's a tracked vehicle.
Nice.
Fit a bunch of people in there. Not a lot of space in there, okay? Well, the captain looks at Swede, and he's like, hey, Swede, you're my driver today for the Bradley, and I'm going to work the gay out of you. So Swede responds, Roger, sir, by the way, I'm not gay. Okay, so that sets the table for the rest of the story.
Right.
So the captain starts to like go in on Swede and like blah, 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 talking shit and all that stuff. Swede reaches out towards the captain's chest where you wear your rank at, okay? And he presses the captain's rank, which is shaped like a railroad track, almost like a pause button, okay? And he pushes it and goes, shh, 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 shh.
Oh my God.
So this is a history of doing things to...
Yes.
Is this while
Officers.
they're driving, or
This is before they start driving. So while Swede pushes it and shushes Captain Cupid, he goes, this is a pause button. I'll push play later.
Get the fuck out. That is a great way to get hit.
What the fuck?
Oh, gee.
Boom.
Did the captain's jaw just drop?
So needless to say,
Listen, it's safe to say that there is nothing in officer training school that prepares you for that exact instance.
nothing
You know what I mean?
prepares you for a Swede.
How do you get? How do people see captain's rank and see pause button and think that they can press it?
Well, Swede did. And the captain lost his fucking mind. He was fuming pissed. He like storms
Rightfully
off.
so.
He's screaming and yelling, motherfucker, I can't blah. You know, he's just going off on like his captain tangent, okay? So Swede continues to get a hard time from the
I thought
captain.
you were going to say
after
hard on.
well, maybe. So his platoon sergeant starts to egg this on. And he goes up to
No way.
I swear to God, he goes up to Swede and is like, hey man, you got to get him back for going off on you like that.
Oh, yeah,
So-
that's what he needs, encouragement.
Right?
So fast forward to February timeframe. It's around Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Swede gets a Valentine's Day card, okay? And he starts to write in the card, Dear Captain Cupid, I love you so much.
Oh, my
XOXO.
Sweet really doesn't like being in the army.
He said, at the bottom, he says, love specialist Sweet. And then he takes these crayons and starts making hearts in the card and fills them in.
Oh my God.
He takes the card and sends it to the captain's office, okay, like via mail to his other office, not where they were trained, like his other office that he doesn't go to as much, okay?
Sweet has got a set on him. I'm just going to go ahead and
I mean,
say
he
that
has
right
to.
now.
He's either super dumb or super ballsy.
Well, he didn't put a return address on it either, which was smart.
Very smart, yeah.
Don't let the captain know where to find you after hours.
Right. Well, the captain gets to his office at some point, and he sees the card in his mail, just kind of throws it in his lunchbox, right? Goes about his day, and then he goes home. Well, he takes his lunchbox, and he sets it on the counter. Captain Cupid's wife is the lady who would make all of his lunches and stuff like that, right? So she's unpacking his shit and finds his card, and she reads it,
yikes.
and she's like, Who the fuck is Specialist Sweet?
Who is she?
That's exactly the reaction, right? So she starts laying into Captain Cupid like, you motherfucker, who the fuck is Specialist Sweet? And he's like, whoa, it's a dude, it's a male. Stop freaking out.
Sure he
He's
is.
just a fucking idiot. No, that's not how it is.
My specialist is harassing me. You got to believe me.
So this went on so long that she didn't believe Captain Cupid. She called personnel.
Oh my God.
That's bad.
She called personnel to figure out who's the fuck Specialist Swede was and figure out if he was male or female.
Yikes.
So he's already fucking with this guy. Now he's ruining his marriage.
So Captain Cupid calls his platoon sergeant. He's like, what the fuck, Swede? What is this? Why the fuck would you do? What is wrong with you? But the way the story ends is everybody's happy and everyone goes home. But it's another testament to how much of a savage Swede is and how much he does not give a fuck.
I can't even wrap my head around that.
He was a fucking specialist.
So Captain Cupid
So
moved
when did he
into
get
his
demoted?
single bedroom apartment.
Insane.
Oh my God.
Thanks for sending that in, Swede. You're a fucking savage.
It's so nice that Swede's still writing his letters from Fort Leavenworth.
Oh, man.
Yikes.
To be fair, whenever Swede sends these things in, there is no return address. So he very well could be.
Well done, sir.
Wow.
Okay, I guess I got the next one.
What you got, Murph?
I got a swabby story.
What is a swabby?
Navy.
Oh. I thought it was a poutine joke again.
You know, no.
I thought it was some kind of a gypsy thing.
Well, you know.
Give me your tears, Gypsy.
Tell your fortune or something.
So anyway, this takes place back in the 70s.
Okay.
So we're going back a couple of decades.
Oh, yeah.
So it seems that on board this ship, they had this big-ass fella.
Okay.
I mean, you know, he was 6'13" or something like that. You know,
That's a big ass.
broad-ass shoulders, enlisted.
Apparently went to public school if he was 6'13".
Well, yeah, probably did.
Seems like a good size for tight Navy quarters.
And he was referred to as Moose.
That checks out.
So his shoulders were as wide as the moose's antlers, I guess.
Oh, wow.
The mean knuckle.
But one of the things that he loved was shore leave.
Like a lot of sailors like that.
Well, yes. But as his buddies knew, his objective on shore leave was not just to go out and have a good time.
Okay.
But to go out someplace and beat the shit out of somebody.
There it is.
Yeah.
You know,
So this was Swede's dad?
Yeah. Does he know Mason?
well, you know,
Maybe.
it's the Navy version of Mason. Yes.
Okay. Nice.
So anyway, they wound up at some foreign port in Japan.
Okay,
I don't know
nice.
which one of the ports in Japan it was, but they had been on patrol off the coast of Vietnam for some time, and this is their first leave in a long time, and they've been working their ass off.
Yeah.
So leave in Japan, first one. Oh my gosh.
That sounds exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily, no one in Japan is known for being able to fight, right?
So they get shore leave. So all the guys that are with Moose say, okay, now listen, just take it easy. Let's just have a good time.
Right. We're just going to try to be normal.
Coach him before.
Yes. So they wind up in a place that sells libations, and they're having a few pink ladies and things of that nature, I'm sure.
Is libation a lady part? I can't remember.
It's a pink lady part.
Oh, okay.
They're both just as dangerous.
Well, with Moose it is because he's had too many of them. So he's getting pretty well snockered,
Nice.
and he's starting to look for some action.
Which kind of action?
The kind he
Physical
mentioned
action.
earlier.
And
How many beers does it take for a guy who's this big to start getting really drunk?
27.
Quite a few.
I suspect probably about that many.
Yeah.
But the trouble is there's so much inside of him at that point, it takes a long time for it to wear off.
Yeah.
So anyhow, about this time, he's feeling like he needs some exercise.
Oh, no.
And who should walk in the front door to check out the bar but the shore patrol?
Oh, they heard about Moose.
First mistake.
So there's 3-4 of them. And of course, you know, those guys are pretty big dudes there on their own.
Yeah.
And
Murph, if I could pause you, let me just jump in and say, for those in the audience who might not know, Shore Patrol is Navy military police. Just want
Boom.
to add that note for...
okay, yes, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
The bartender's been noticing that Moose has been getting a little wild. He sees the shore patrol wander in.
Uh-oh.
So the shore patrol has words with Moose.
Oh, no.
Moose takes that as an insult.
Oh, shit.
Dare
And
you speak to me?
the party begins.
Oh, no.
So in a short period of time, Moose has all the opposition laid out.
What?
So the 4 shore patrol are out cold on the floor while Moose is grabbing another beer to wet his whistle.
Yeah, you know the bartender's not going to tell him no after that.
Just made them shore mats.
So within a few minutes after Moose wets his whistle, 3 little Japanese police officers walk through the door. You know, all 3 of them standing on their shoulders is 5 foot nothing. You know, so Moose takes this as, my light work. I'll take care of this.
Yeah.
He walks over to engage the local gendarmes, and in no time flat, before he realizes what hit him, he's the one on the floor.
Yes!
Out cold.
That is how I hoped this would end.
Yes.
So the small Japanese police just kicked Moose's ass. In no
I
time
mean,
flat.
they were bringing their feet up taller than what they were.
Every one of them a black belt in karate.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Just kicks the shit out of this guy.
Nice.
Well, needless to say, Moose was carried back to the ship.
Yeah. You had that one coming, Moose.
Oh, man. That's awesome.
I wonder if the Japanese police talked any shit to the shore patrol. Like, we handled it, guys. Don't worry about it. You can just keep laying there.
That's awesome.
I had no idea that's how it was going to end, but that's everything I hoped it would be.
We'll be right back with more Cammo Comedy after a quick word from our sponsor.
With Just the Tip Tactical, Just the Tip has never felt so good. Their top-notch muzzle brakes tame your rifle's recoil, keeping you locked on target and grinning like you just hit the bullseye in more ways than one. Say goodbye to kick and hello to faster follow-up shots. Check them out today at justthetiptactical.com. That's justthetiptactical.com. Whether you're looking to improve your rifle or just want some cool apparel with an eye-catching logo, go now to justthetiptactical.com. That's justthetiptactical.com. Enter promo code WOLF, that's WOLF, for 15% off. You can't beat that. And when you patronize the companies that sponsor us, it helps us pay the bills over here. So thank you for supporting the businesses that support us. Okay, let's jump back into the show.
All right, so I got the next story for you guys here. So I'm going to introduce a new piece of military tradition and lore here that we have not discussed on this show before.
Oh.
Because this news story that I got came from an air crew member.
Okay, nice.
So there's a tradition in the Air Force that actually originated from the Royal Air Force, the UK's Air Force here, and it's called a piano burning. So essentially what this started off as, back in World War II, the Royal Air Force had one of their pilots who was really passionate about playing piano. He used to at morale events, play for them. That was a big part of their entertainment and everything.
Sounds cool.
Well, in the Battle of Britain, I guess this pilot was killed in action.
Oh, that sucks.
And so it was because of that, they, in his honor, burned his piano, almost retiring it, nobody else could ever play the same piano.
Like a Viking.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually
Viking
rooted
funeral.
in that.
That's
like
pretty
a
badass.
Viking funeral kind of thing. So they burned his piano, and that became a tradition then for all air crew. Anytime, you lose somebody in action or a lost comrade, something like that, you do a piano burn.
Are you sure they didn't just burn it because he was really bad at playing piano?
I don't think that's how it went.
God, I don't
Did
want to hear
anybody get
this
to
again.
play it as it was burning? That'd be sweet.
I don't think that was the case either.
Okay.
So now it's become a more, loose tradition of air crew, especially fighter pilots, like to do this. Especially if they lose a comrade, but it can be anything. If your wing is changing platforms, if you're losing, the airframe that you're flying, if you're even some sillies if you're just changing uniforms or
How
something.
many fucking pianos are we burning here?
A lot.
So they're the ones on eBay buying up all the old pianos.
These are expensive. Is this what my fucking tax dollars are going to?
Now, does that include free shipping?
Yeah.
Probably.
It doesn't have to be in great condition. They're just going to burn it anyway.
Right.
So they generally try and do this with upright pianos too. So don't picture a big grand piano at Carnegie Hall that they're tearing up here. There's just
just one of the tiny ones.
Yeah, just one of the smaller ones. And there's 2 different ways you can do it. You can just straight set it on fire and have a massive burn. Or sometimes to get out frustration, dudes will bash it up and chop it up with axes. Kind of like they do in Office Space with the copier.
So it was definitely because he sucked at piano.
That sounds fun, though.
Well, that was, the original one they probably just set on fire. Nowadays, they get a little more creative with it.
Okay. Any excuse for a bonfire.
Yeah. So that's the story behind the piano burn.
Okay.
So now jump forward to present day here, where air crews are still doing this as a tradition here.
All right.
Well, there's one unit here where they decided to have a piano burn. I didn't get the story behind why they were doing it, just that it was happening. And it's a big morale event. And Ops was nice enough to invite a lot of the maintainers because they were fighter pilots. So they, those guys, the crew chiefs, the maintenance guys, they're all very involved with their jets as well.
Yeah.
So they invited them to be a part of this tradition here. The problem was one of the dudes who decided to come to this party is generally known as a big fat fuck up.
So he's a private pile.
Yeah, he's literally a private pile. Like the story, they said, for example, we were just going on a mission, like they're by a lake, and so they were going to get on a boat. He went to step in the boat, broke his ankle, and was out of work for 4 months.
Stepping in a boat.
Stepping in a boat. Just, I guess this guy liked to drink was part of the problem, but he's also just a fat fuck.
He's not
can't
good for
walk.
he's not cut out for the Navy. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, these are Air Force guys. So believe it or not, he was out of shape.
Oh wow.
So this guy's healed up, and he decides, oh yeah, I'm going to come to the piano burn. That sounds really fun.
Of course.
And you can't just specifically tell one individual they can't come to a morale event.
See, that's where I disagree. I would be like, give that guy the wrong time.
History has told us we should not invite you.
Right.
And so this guy comes, starts getting really hammered like everyone else.
Okay.
The difference is fighter pilots, as you guys may not know, love to drink. Very well known for partying, drinking pretty heavily, but they generally handle it well.
But also, like, typically fighter pilots are in good shape.
Yeah,
Like, you have
exactly.
to be
They're in
taking all
great
those
shape.
G's.
So they get this piano all chopped up, they set it on fire, and this is a massive bonfire going. The flames are reaching maybe like 6 feet high. It's a pretty good burn going here. Definitely really hot. Well, obviously, when you're drunk and you see a fire, what do?
Jump over it.
Yes, exactly.
No. I have seen this with college kids on YouTube a lot.
So naturally, again, fighter pilots being kind of alpha males and stuff, they're all seeing, well, I bet I could clear that. And so they're all drunk.
Serious?
Yes, 100% serious. So they one by one start getting a running start and just trying to parkour over this fire without setting themselves on fire. So everybody's going up until Private Pile decides he wants to be part of the cool gang. So if you can imagine this fat, sloppy dude who broke his ankle stepping into a boat is not going to be great at jumping over a giant burning fire. So I guess he gets his version of a running start. And he goes maybe halfway across the wood.
Oh, no.
Maybe halfway at best. And I guess the way the logs rolled out, as soon as he landed, he lost his footing. And so his feet go up in front of his chin, and he lands fucking straight on his ass, arms splayed backwards in the middle of the fire.
Oh my gosh.
I think that's going to sting a bit.
Yeah, so everyone goes from laughing at chubby guy running through the fire to, oh, fuck.
Not a
See
fire
him
extinguisher
in the middle
sight.
of, oh, no, nowhere close. It wouldn't have even
See, that's where they should have invited the fire department.
Yeah.
So obviously all the pilots instantly sober up, run over and pull him out of the fire and stuff.
Thank God.
But, so he ended up being okay. He definitely got some burns, as you can imagine.
Only imagine.
And he probably got in some trouble, I would imagine, too, for getting hurt. And I guess he was out of work for
I would
another
imagine
little
it was
while here. But
Probably for being out of shape. I would imagine like that's-
Extra PT was in order.
Oh, man.
We've identified a problem with you, Pyle.
But yeah, needless to say, that was the last time Ops invited maintenance to come be a part of their ceremonies.
Oh, man.
That's amazing.
Or at least they also invite the fire department next
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Probably good at turning a wrench, but not so good at jumping over fires or stepping in boats.
This is why the officers don't associate with the peasants. Nothing but problems ever come from this.
Oh, man.
Oh, that was awesome, man. Thanks for sharing. All right, so check out this next story. We've got ourselves an Air Force story, and this one's going back to the early 2000s, right? We've got one main character here, and we're going to call him Enzo. Now, Enzo, what can we say about him? He's very squared away young airman. This is the kind of guy that got honor grad and basic training in tech school. Also, we should point out that this is a security forces story, or what the Air Force calls military police, right? So, Enzo gets his first duty assignment, and he checks into his base. He was lucky enough to get teamed up with a very professional, like good leader for his first supervisor, right? And
that is surprising.
Yeah. Well, this guy takes him under his wing and teaches him a lot about professionalism and leadership and all those kinds of things, right? So Enzo's there for a couple of months, maybe about a year, but times change, and Enzo ends up getting moved to another shift, right? So he gets the word. He's like, hey, you're going to have to go report into this other shift, manning issues, that kind of stuff. So he's just like, all right, hey, look, man, I'm a professional. I know my shit. I can handle anything.
Hell yeah. The
only issue was this would be his first time reporting into a female boss, which it's not a big issue for him because he had already been through basic training in tech school. There were female instructors there, no issues, right? And Enzo's thinking like, look, with my pedigree, I'm able to handle just about anything that comes my way, right? And then when I had this good leader take me under his wing and show me some things, like no problems. And
be confident going into your new assignment, knowing your job.
Enzo knows his shit. He's a professional guy. Like, he's looking forward to the new challenge, right? He's like, I can do anything. So, first day on the new shift, he reports in, and they're getting ready to do what they call guard mount. Now, for those of you that might not know, guard mount is just like the pre-shift meeting that security forces will do before they go out for the duty day, right?
Yeah, it's like roll call.
Exactly. So basically, and this is supposed to be a very formal affair, right? You're supposed to do like what they call an open ranks inspection where everybody forms up and they go to attention, they'll be put at ease. And this is the supervisor's opportunity to look over all their people, make sure they're not drunk. Make sure that they've got all of their duty gear for the day. Make sure that everybody's present, things of this nature, right? Also, they go over what are known as pass-ons. Now, what pass-ons are is a lot what they sound like, right? So if there is something going on base, it's just something to make sure that everybody on all the shifts are all on the same page. So for example, if there's construction that's going to be happening over at one of the buildings, you're going to have a pass-on that says, expect construction to start on this date over at this building, same as authorized, things of this nature, right? Just make sure that everybody's on the same page. So Enzo reports in for his first day. He gets armed up and he's just kind of talking to some of his coworkers, not really knowing what exactly to expect. So he's getting ready to form up and start guard mount. All of a sudden, behind him, he hears a door get kicked open, and it's his new supervisor who just kind of enters the room and says, all right, listen up, motherfuckers. I'm on the rag, and I'm looking to fuck somebody up today, and you better hope it's not you. Now go to post.
What?
And then the supervisor just spins on one foot and leaves right back out of the same door that she just walked in.
That was the boss?
That was his new boss. And Enzo's
and the briefing.
Oh, wow. Well, Enzo, like, this is a little bit of culture shock because, like we said, Enzo's just used to, like, the professionalism and taking care of business, doing everything by the book. And then he's just like, what the fuck was that? Who was that? And one of his coworkers is like, that's our supervisor. She's like that sometimes. So he's like, oh, that was guard mount. Okay, and he's realizing that all of his coworkers are just grabbing their things and leaving to go to take shift. He's like, "Oh my God! Okay, well, I wasn't ready for that one."
Who was that? That was the Tiger King.
The Tiger Queen.
Yeah,
female Tiger King.
I called for help twice. Now to fuck you, what do you need? Nothing. Guess what, motherfucker?
The pass on was that she's on the rag.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And don't fuck around on post, I guess.
Same as authorized.
Yeah. Holy shit, that's amazing.
For all, Enzo really thought that he was ready for anything, but he was not prepared for that.
Oh man.
That really points out the spectrum of people in the Air Force.
Yes.
God,
There can be some
supervisors that are great, and then there's Tiger Queen.
It goes from Tiger Queen to Jocko Willink.
Exactly like
That's the spectrum.
And there was no training it was like, Swede coming in and taking over your guard mount or something.
Yeah, that is totally a Swede guard mount.
It's female Swede.
Yeah, exactly. But I love that story. Thanks for sharing. It does kind of like lay out there how they have the by the book way, and then there's sometimes getting smacked with reality where not everything goes by the book. That's kind of an extreme example, I'll admit, but
adapt and overcome, baby.
Can I assume this was night shift?
I don't know.
That seems like a night shift briefing.
Get the fuck out of my face.
Oh man, I love that.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for checking checking out the Cammo Comedy Show Podcast. If you like what we're doing here and you want to participate in this community, there are many different ways you can contribute.
First and foremost, tell someone about the show. Word of mouth advertising is very powerful, and we really appreciate you helping us out.
If you have any funny military stories of your own or know somebody who does, with their permission, of course, you can contribute those stories via email at stories@cammocomedy.com. That's stories, STORIES, at CAMMOCOMEDY.com. And if you're not too good at the internet, drop us a voicemail at area code 531-222-6146. That's area code 531-222-6146.
Yeah, and if you want to interact with us throughout the week, hit me up on my socials, Facebook and Instagram. Just look up callsign Cheeks.
We have a lot of big plans for this show. In building this community to support veterans, we will announce here soon. So stay tuned. All right. I'm going to go enjoy a nice pasta salad with a little mayonnaise later.
Okay, first of all, mayonnaise?
Why do you always have a problem with the way I talk?
There's a way you're supposed to say the word, Aaron.
Mayonnaise?
That's not it.
Panaz.
That's not fucking it, Aaron. That's not...